this movie?
I was thinking of the, what do I amuse you? What I'm funny? Funny how?
Funny like a clown? Do I
Yeah.
make you laugh?
And you were saying the Sling Blade, which I've watched maybe once in its
Oh, that's a
entirety. Seen it
phenomenal movie.
clips.
I need Cortland to get a sounder for Pervert Brad when he enters the show.
This one.
It's
I
actually
like
a good
this
idea.
one.
Shock jock perv coitus. 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 It's kind of like ass play.
Dookie.
I don't put tight boundaries on my enjoyment. Coitus.
I did like Dookie.
Anal sex and hookers. He's such a pervert.
Yeah, get him a hooker. Coitus. Coitus.
We really need to stop this. No one has any fun. No one likes it.
Ass play. Coitus. Coitus. Ass play. Couch fun. Gaping stretch.
I've been leaning into Dookie for 20 years.
Coitus. Coitus.
Any news involving any sort of sexual depravity is your avenue.
Coitus.
Still true. Still true.
Just gonna keep playing them till Rye gets here.
Good.
Did you get any ass?
Oh, we love this one.
Number one. Did you get any ass?
Shout out Molly. Hate to get a piece of puss. Hate to get a piece of puss. Hate to get a piece of puss. Hate to get a piece of puss.
From time to time, yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Puss. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Puss. Hell yeah. Puss.
We're going to have to clear the decks and start over. You just...
It's a valid question and the world wants to know the answer. Hangover Brad there at the end is my favorite. Oh, we're going to have to clear the decks.
That was pre the miracle of asthma and allergy medication, Brad, I think is what you're hearing the most.
Yeah, from time to time.
Right? Just like, I mean, that's a typical,
why are you asking stupid questions?
it's typical human experience to use your tallywhacker into their mulberry bush. You know?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, you.
Hey, whatever
Oh.
happened to streaming live? You just give up on that? We're just not doing that anymore?
We're literally streaming live right now.
On the YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't see a link or like a post or anything about it.
Well, go look.
I had a pretty heavy scroll sesh in the
I
water
mean,
closet here a little while ago. That's why I'm 10 minutes late.
it was very last minute.
Okay.
But it has been posted, and there is a
Well, we'll
It
probably
looks
get
like-
a mic or a PJ or
one or two brave souls are all up in there. I don't.
shout out to whoever the hell is that far deep in their scroll on Sunday morning like me that they actually caught the post.
Yeah. So, hey guys,
Oh, there's BP. Our guy BP's in there.
I don't even know who that is. Good for him, man.
Or Brian.
Good.
It's Brian. You know Brian.
Brian. Brian. Oh, okay, good. How about it? Good to see you, Brian. Let me ask y'all a question real quick in the precum.
That's not what it's called at all.
What do you mean that's not what it's called?
It's just, that's not what it's called.
What do you call it?
The show. This is the show that we're doing.
Before the intro, and then on the other side of the intro, that's really up in the show. Like that's when everybody's got their parts in the same rhythm and everything. Like this is the preamble. Can I call it? Right? What is up with this guy? When did he start
You
policing?
don't
every
lean
word?
to. Do not go to Ryland for this.
No. He needs to go to me for this. What are we on now? 258?
Yeah.
How many of the 258, when someone tries to bog, what do? I power through.
Exactly.
Why are you hosting the show like an elephant on a unicycle and Jace throws the tiniest little pebble on the road and you just fall
The
over?
tiniest pebble. The tiniest.
I'm
He
just
just
asking
can't do
questions,
it.
guys.
No, see what happens is
Oh, hold on.
what
He's
happens is
just
Brad
asking
wants,
questions, Rylan.
no, what happens is Brad wants to make sure everybody knows he's funnier than you. And so
Oh,
when you see something that's like not, it's like it's good for a little chuckle, but it's not really up to his standard. He's got to stop everybody down and go, listen, the bar for humor on this show is much higher than that. I just want everybody to know.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm taking this as a shot.
For those true OGs, you remember when Brad told us he was in comedy.
A shot? Yeah. I'm walking out. At what age is it appropriate for your kids to get the OG raw dog treatment of a trampoline? Like when is that allowed? Have you guys had an experience where like you took the condom off the trampoline and the cops came over or like
we never
how's that
had
work?
one when the kids were little. We never had one, but I think I probably would have said somewhere in the 5 to 7 year old range if they were asking to get rid of it. I also think they might have wanted it there because it would have, in their mind, enabled them to be crazier. But if they asked, I think probably.
Are
5,
you
6
talking
years
about?
old.
Are you talking about the thing that keeps
goes around?
Yeah, are you so the
octagon?
net, not the one that keeps the springs from getting stepped in.
No,
Right.
I mean that's just basic decency putting the spring cover on there. Like
Except that it didn't exist in 1987. I'm gonna tell
I
you
didn't
that
have one of those bad boys. My leg went through that thing about 150 times.
However, I agree. I don't think why would you ever take that off? I'm talking about the octagon.
yeah, I'm talking about the octagon too that makes it like the UFC cage.
Octagon? There should be no octagon.
Okay, so we've had that because when they started on the trampoline, they were like 2 and 5 or 3 and 6 somewhere in there. So we had that on there. They got a basic 12-foot trampoline, and we've had that on there. The reason why I ask has nothing to do with them. They treat it like Rylan said. I think it makes it to where they can do crazier shit. They use the walls of the trampoline like a wrestler uses the ropes to get momentum and bounce off of and run side to side. And
I think that those things aren't really made for that kind of force unless your kid is 2 to 4. They start getting the size kids that we all have now on the younger end, and they're going to plow through it.
So, again, Rylan, just taking that hammer and just right on the head of the nail. Just right on the head of the nail there. And the reason I ask is because we did have a situation where somebody fell out with the net on because they are always fucking stress testing the net around the edge of it. And she fell out. She's 12 now. They're both strong and big enough to break the damn thing if they really wanted to. But she fell out into the flower beds that are on the side of it, like the raised bed tank.
What kind of injury situation?
I was not here to witness it. I was not at home when it happened at all. So I only heard the second telling of it. I don't understand how we don't have a significant injury on our hands.
What about the panic did she like have a freak out moment though? Because I could imagine that.
I think that was experienced.
Yeah.
The reason why I bring that up though is because that happened. So I'm like, what's the point? We've already got somebody falling off with the net on there to the point to where they've completely compromised the integrity of the net. Now the net does not have a bottom part where it's latched into the trampoline. Yeah, like it's just like a floating net now. If you want, you could crawl in and out around the whole thing under the net. And yesterday, I am tired of seeing the spring cover come apart piece by piece by piece. So I just took it off, folded it up in the trash. And the only reason I didn't do the net is because you actually have to get on a ladder to unhinge the ring from the top. And I just didn't feel like messing with it. So I think it's time to move on, being that the net was there and we still fell out.
Definitely. I never had one, but a lot of my friends that were close in the neighborhood, walking distance, did. And probably around 3rd grade, we invented a game where 2 guys would stand on either side of the trampoline, and the one guy would be in the middle jumping. and the two guys would be throwing a Nerf football back and forth, and you're trying to peg the guy on the trampoline. And I mean, that was hours, hundreds of hours. I'm almost at my 10,000 hour expert limit on that. You couldn't have done that with the octagon thing. So I think generally I'm not for them overall. I don't want to sound like wussification of America guy, but I think once you're out of that like toddler pre-K, no idea where your body is, then you can start to consider pulling it. It's like if nobody had helmets, I mean, the NFL wouldn't be as fun or exciting, but there wouldn't be any concussions. It'd be slow. It'd be a lot slower game, you know.
Human dads.
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 Podcast.
Human dads.
Podcast.
Human dads.
Podcast.
Human dads.
Podcast. Human dads. Get up off your ass.
Human dads.
Podcast.
Human dads.
Podcast.
Human dads.
Podcast.
Human dads.
Get up off your ass.
Tell your mom.
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 Tell your mom to listen. Tell your mom to listen. Tell your mom to listen. Tell your mom to listen.
Get up off your ass for the Human Dads Podcast.
Speaking of the wussification of the America, I'm completely out on trampoline parks. Completely out.
I'm so glad my kids aren't. Occasionally you'll hear someone say, "Hey, I haven't been to Urban Air in a long time," and I just kind of move on and change the subject. We haven't had to go in quite a while. What an absolute. What was the famous Jerry Fraley tweet that was right before he passed away? He left the Rangers game and he just said, "What a beating." I think about that every time I drive by that place.
Yeah, but it's not for you. And man, kids
Great,
love
so I'm not going.
Kids love the trampoline park. So it
It's
is
just so wheels off, though. We hadn't been in maybe call it 6 months, long stretch, because somebody's got a stupid birthday or something. Got invited to a birthday, like the kid, like the family wanted to go support. Shep goes. There's a kid in there just trying to just blow everybody's spot up. He's using the walls as like a launch point with the people's elbow.
I love that. I love that, man. Good for that kid.
And he's not a part of the party, so then it turns into an us versus them kind of thing. And you got kids jumping off the trampoline. There's no way it's a net positive. We talk about the ER all the time with Jace. How many ER visits are connected to the goddamn trampoline park? I told Molly, I was like, we're just gonna have to be like, we're not a trampoline park family next time we get invited. It's insane. It's just insane.
Don't do that. Don't do that to your kids. Then their friends are gonna be like, "Oh,
I'm just going to be
Mom
like,
and Dad
well,
won't let you go to trampoline parks. They're scared of trampoline parks. You'll ruin them for life, dude. Let them
I'm
go
trying
and
to
hope they
teach
don't
them-
break their leg."
I'm trying to teach them to be cool like me. So next time I'm going to say, well, do we want to go spend $100 and whatever on all this? Or do you want to go get some Tex-Mex on a patio?
Yeah, there you go. Jace, you know me. I love my kids. I love protecting my kids. One of the trampolines hurt my kids. I went in there and shot it. They asked me not to come back. So
He has a
Shoot
criminal
your local
trespass.
Shoot your local trampoline.
if we're all about protecting the kids, if anything is going to hurt the kids, shoot it. I shot the trampoline. Turns out that's frowned upon.
Mm.
So
Mm.
let me ask you a question on the podcast, Jace.
Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
How are you?
Terrible.
Good. Rye.
No,
You're up
I'm not
next.
done. I'm
Okay.
not done. And
I'll
you're
let him
gonna sit
breathe a
here
little
and-
bit. I'm ready. I'm on deck. I'm moving the on deck circle as close to Joe West as he'll possibly let me. And I'm just when Jace is ready, I'll be ready.
That's an Adrian Beltre, Texas Rangers pissy umpire joke
That
for
was good.
those following along at home.
In the milieu of no sports joy, I'm going for the deep cuts.
I made the most tragic mistake yesterday. The most tragic rookie mistake that anybody could ever make. And when I tell you this story, you're all going to sigh and roll your eyes and you're gonna assume that you would never make the same mistake.
Can I
But-
ask you a question? Are you about to blow your story load into how you doing?
Yeah, this is not a long story.
Okay.
I should know better. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been in this game for a long time, and one
Did the-
thing that you learn very early on
Faucet
is
on your did the water handle on your faucet break and you didn't just turn it off from the bottom?
that would be more understandable. I've been in this game for a long time, and you know, when the Hot Pocket comes out, you cut it in half so that the steam can escape. You know that. You do this. You've been doing this since 1995. You know what you're doing. And the protein Hot Pocket was calling my name. I was hungry. I don't know. I even let it sit uncut on the counter for a good 4 minutes because I'm like, I got to go do something real quick. I'll come back 4 minutes later. So I thought I'll be fine. It's 4 minutes. What you have to remember is during those 4 minutes, somehow the molten lava inside increases exponentially. Somehow. It's like a radiant barrier of crust around the molten lava, and all that's happening is a boiling. It's boiling. That's all that's happening. I made the mistake, and I'll tell you what, guys. The pain that I felt at the bottom of my lip, I don't know if you can see that right there. That's the aftermath there of the burn. I had that moment where the lava comes out and it's just sitting there and you can't get it off because it's cheese lava, and I actually screamed a little bit because it got caught in the chin hair. And was sitting right there in the chin hair, and I'm trying to scrape, and it just feels like nothing. It's not coming off, and my hand's burning now because I'm scraping, and so I have to have like a 5th degree burn on my lip from the Hot Pocket, and I'm not feeling good about it. So, R.I.P. my lip.
You know how when you get older, something so bad happens that you're like, learn my lesson. Never going to do that again.
Mhm.
As a child, it might be referred to as like, if it happens to you as a child, it might be referred to you as like trauma, right? But as an adult, you're just like, I made that decision, did it to myself. I'll never do it again. And I think I've shared this on the pod before, but I once bought a twice baked potato from Central Market and made the mistake of like, hey, I don't want to sit here and fuss with this, so I'm just going to warm it up for like 6 minutes instead of doing the 2 minutes like the package says, then turning it or whatever, and then I just heated it up for 6 minutes straight. Okay. Got it out, got the edge part in my mouth, flipped it in my mouth to now where the hot part is going down my throat, and it's too late to return. Burned myself so bad on my throat that I literally had blisters that were like keeping me up at night.
When was this?
2017.
It's like, this is the relationship between adult men and food.
So
There's no amount of time you can wait that's long enough for the Hot Pocket, though, Jason, unless you literally want to cut it into 4 pieces and put it in the freezer.
There's no amount of time.
The
Yeah,
yield
right.
for me has just been like, hey, when you put stuff in the microwave like that, just understand you're literally baking in like a 10-minute prep window.
Yeah.
So I don't eat Hot Pockets that much, but I do eat in the very similar place in the grocery store. I forget what the brand is called, but they basically make butter chicken and tikka masala Hot Pockets. And I eat those fairly regularly. And I just, in my mind, because I've had Hot Pocket burn, in my mind, I'm just like, hey, I'm just going to put this in the microwave, take it out, and forget about it. Then when I come back, I'll just be able to bite in and enjoy it. But I'll never do burn throat again.
Dude, I'm telling you, the amount of pain that I felt from this, I don't remember feeling that much pain for anything besides maybe the gallbladder situation we've discussed, but and the back, of course, but that was earlier. But dude, like full on like skin was gone. You could see like the underlayer, probably the 5th or 6th layer of lip right there. It doesn't look horrible, but you can tell it's still pretty swollen. And when that happens from a hot pocket, though, you know, you can't escape that.
It's kind of a low moment.
It's a low moment, Rylan.
Yeah, like how bad were you in for it that you had to do that with a hot pocket? Like it almost
Jones
makes
Jonesing for that hot pocket so hard.
It's embarrassing that I'm even eating a hot pocket. Like I wouldn't go and I wouldn't tell someone
a protein hot pocket.
And to be fair, I will say this: like I haven't had a hot pocket in the house in probably 5 years. The only reason it's in the house is I said, hey, you know, I like things that I can heat up pretty quickly. That I'm just grabbing on the go, and I don't want to just eat like cold food all the time if I have to run. So just like some quick, easy heat up stuff. I would not have chosen, if it were me, I would not have chosen Hot Pocket. I'm not going to lie to you. Hot Pocket would not be top of my list. Okay? It's low rent. It's for losers. If you eat Hot Pockets, you're a fucking loser. Okay? But I had it, and I was hungry, and it had beef and black beans in it, and some sort of Southwest corn situation.
What are you against black
doing?
Wait a minute, though. Yeah, what's your
what's wrong with black beans?
Yeah.
Well, it's just, if you're going Hot Pocket, I would think that you would stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. Why are you going with this freaking Pioneer Woman ass Hot Pocket? I don't get it.
This is a special protein Hot Pocket, and you get the extra steak in there. Yeah, listen, there's a lot of things that had to go wrong here, but having to tell your friends that you have second-degree burns on your lip from a Hot Pocket accident, that's not where I wanted to be on Sunday morning.
So one, it's like understandable if you burn yourself on the pizza that gets brought to the table immediately. Like you're just hungry and you're an idiot and like, okay, it's pizza. There's some anticipation there. Okay. Coffee. You can't see it. You're feeling it with your hand and it's not that bad, but you can't really like see necessarily coffee. There's a blindness there. Take a sip of coffee, you burn the center of your tongue. It happens. Soup. Maybe the heat is dispersed unevenly, so you go for the top and you're like, that's not that bad. You get a full spoonful. Now you're in the point of no return and you're regretting it. You're regretting it. Hot Pocket, my man.
Listen, don't talk to me, Mr. Twice Baked Potato. Okay? Don't start with me. I made a mistake. I'm owning up to it on the show. Don't start with me. At least it dripped down.
A lean Hot Pocket with beef and black bean?
At least it dripped down into the soul patch and then just sat there and burned the underneath skin.
Protein Hot Pocket.
And it was like peanut butter and a shag carpet trying to get it out too, right afterwards. So like I run to the sink and I get the cold water and I'm fucking splashing the cold water.
The thing about burning your lip too, it's the kind of pain that keeps on giving. Because now if you eat something too salty or rigid or hard the way you do. Pardon?
You heard me. I said pardon after you spoke.
I requited your pardon with a pardon?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Just did. Last play is under review.
I think the amount of prior knowledge that you had for the Hot Pocket is staggering, and that's what makes this a funny story. But I also can't get over the image of Brad taking this steaming hot baked potato and taking a bite out of the end of it like it's an apple.
And then just swallowing. And instead of aborting, Instead of a boarding ship, he's like, "No, it's happening. I'm taking this all the way down my throat. I'm gonna just take it all," and he does.
It was bad, dude. I'm not kidding. 2 nights where I'm like sleeping on the couch because if I lay down too far, like I got my breathing obstructed. Like I got a horrible case of strep throat or something. Like it was bad.
Did you go to the doctor for it?
I should have.
You can't go. That's the thing. I can't go to the doctor. You can't go to the doctor for this.
I got some
You're
burn
a brave
cream.
man
I don't think
telling us right now. You can't let a professional know that this happened to you.
I got some burn cream. I don't think it's meant for your lip though. I think the lip is a different kind of dermis. You know what I'm saying? I think they
It
would.
does heal better, I think. I think it's going to heal better than it would on your arm or something because the lips are used to having to kind of refresh constantly.
You
But
say that, but like I wouldn't even. You know how bad you got to burn me on my arm for it to even fucking register anymore. But my lip.
I think pain is higher, but I think like recovery and sort of aftermath is probably better on a lip
No,
because a lip is just
it recovers faster because it's a little
Yeah.
thinner and there's more blood flow and like you said, like I mean, I burned the top of my hand getting something out of the oven like 4 months ago and it's still got a mark
Yeah.
right
yeah.
there. This is where you got to go get your high T injections so that you won't have these little scars for 3 months.
Yeah.
But it didn't really hurt. I'm like, oh, that was stupid. I didn't even put anything on it. And here it is, like 3 months later, and I still have a mark on my hand because
Hey Jace, now that you've
yeah.
contributed the show enough to just be quiet for the rest of it and look at your phone, will you ask Rye how he's doing?
So that's how I'm doing.
Great.
Rylan, as I pull up X and see what Elon's doing, how are you doing today?
Elon,
I'm good. We
thought you looked at that for the porn.
that's what his For You tab thinks, apparently.
Yeah, it's just full
You
of
know,
gay
right.
porn, which is so
Not
weird.
long after we talked about that, my For You tab showed me some. It wasn't like I wouldn't call it 18 plus necessarily, but it was certainly trying to be on the eye candy spectrum. And I think it was because they were listening. But we had all day volleyball yesterday. Wednesday to Friday, I was out of town for work. Came home on Friday afternoon. Parents got here shortly after. So not only did I have all day volleyball yesterday, but I had all day volleyball with my mom and dad. And somehow my dad, miraculously, was at the volleyball tournament from, I don't know, 10 o'clock to about 5:30 with minimal complaint. And almost, I would say, zero complaint, in fact. So he gets a gold star on his sticker chart.
Let me ask you this. Does Grandpa, I'm just building a profile of him in my mind. I've never seen him with my eyes, never heard his voice, right? Obviously, he raised a wonderful son, so he's got that on his resume. But in my mind, he is a old school Wrangler wearing with the Nike Monarch shirt tucked into the Wranglers. Could be anything from a 1997 Walmart Eagles shirt to like a plain button-up short sleeve work white shirt tucked in that, like, if he had to, he could also take care of some plumbing and maybe some light scale demo today. What is he dressed like?
You're not far. He's probably more Levi's than Wranglers, I would say. But definitely the traditional darker blue jean, the thicker blue jean. There's no fade, there's no distress. Very straightforward blue jean. Shirt's not always tucked in, but certainly if the shirt has a collar, it would be tucked in. T-shirts, maybe not always. Nike Monarchs is spot on, although he started wearing some different brands lately that I think are kind of the, hey, you're 70 and these are better for your feet when you're walking around type brand. But still tennis shoes. Yeah, just dad tennis shoes, you know. But his brand, for not only as at the age he is now, but in his whole life, is he doesn't spend a whole lot of time being where he doesn't want to be or doing what he doesn't want to do.
To that end, in a volleyball type setting, we got loud situations. It's relentless, the sensory environment that a volleyball setting typically is. I don't know if you guys are the only game in your gym, but a lot of these volleyball settings,
there's like 8 courts. It's full on. It's one of those
not uncommon.
He certainly, if he's given his choice between being there or being somewhere where there's 8 other people, he would take the 8 other people, but it doesn't.
So let me ask one more thing.
He's more just like looking at his watch going, it's 5:30, it's 5 o'clock. I still haven't had a beer. I'm still sitting on these cold bleachers. I'm, ready to go do my thing, kind of a thing.
One more, because I've transitioned into standing sports dad, because I've only got about 25 minutes on the bleachers before something starts burning.
Oh yeah, we all did that.
Mouth.
All 4 of us, because my mom was there too. All 4 of us did the stand sit rotation. You can't just sit in that setting for too long.
Is he vocal or is he quiet?
Oh no, he's vocal. He's more vocal than any of the other 3 of us. Yeah. He's a sports watcher for sure.
Last question for me, and this can go to the group.
Sure.
When I go to a sports setting for my children, I'm not saying this is good about me. This is just me being aware of the situation, okay? Understand me?
Yes.
This isn't like me saying this is the way it should be. I'm saying this is how I am and I realize it. Okay? But if I go to my kids' sporting situation, guess what I want to do?
Watch it.
Watch the fucking kid competition, be involved, cheer, pay attention, listen to. I'm in it. Guess what I don't want to be doing?
Chatting it up with the other parents.
Talking about your fucking Facebook feed.
Oh.
Oh, did you see? Oh, did you hear? Oh, so let's talk about the weather. No. And I love my goddamn family, Rylan.
He loves him, Rylan.
We know.
But what does it seem, from my perspective, what does it seem like they want to be doing?
What do you think?
So this is coming from the rest of the family? This isn't coming from like the other parents and people you're sitting by?
Yeah, because essentially I'm not necessarily, I would say they're the main culprit in this regard. You know, and I love them. And in their defense, it's not like we're seeing each other all the goddamn time. We live over here a little separated from the core of where they all live together. They all live like a quarter of a mile away from each other at most. Then they come over here for sporting events. Our weekends are typically populated with fucking kid birthdays and sporting events or performances, right? So they'll come over for that. So it is kind of a twofer where like, hey, we do see you, but we do see you at these sporting events. I understand the inclination. I'm not saying it's that I'm in the right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same goddamn time, I just want to watch the fucking volleyball game or the soccer game.
Yeah, there are certain people that part of this experience is to add to their social circle or create a social dynamic amongst the other families. But we've never been that way as a result of the type of sports our kids played or have played generally. Now Maya does play a rec volleyball team where they put the team together themselves. So we know all of them. And those are some of the people that we do hang out with from time to time. But that actually means is because we see these people fairly regularly. When we go to the game, we're not playing catch up. We're watching volleyball. And then we're talking about it, something like yesterday where it's the club team or whatever. If we're talking to anybody, it's about the team or this game, or did you see that team over there? They played them last time. Do you remember that? You know, it's pretty, I'm not there to chat anybody up. I'm friendly and whatever. And there's some nice folk there and it's all fantastic, but it's not a social outing for me at all. In fact, one of the reasons I enjoy it, even though you're sitting around all day, it's kind of like a track meet, right? You're sitting, you play a game, you got an hour or two, then there's another game, you know? I don't have to think about anything else. There's no pressure to multitask. There's no things sitting around the house getting undone because I'm not there. Like for me,
it's a captive environment. Like you.
Exactly. I was with my mom and dad yesterday, so I'm talking to them. I'm just I hadn't seen them since Christmas, but like if it's just me and Courtney, we got AirPods in. We're listening to podcasts. We're doom scrolling. I'm going to run get a coffee. Do you want anything? It's just like it's like a vacation day where there's no comfortable place to sit.
That's a goddamn truth.
And I think that's like not bad. There's better ways to spend your Saturday, but I'm not gonna bitch
Jace,
about it. Clear your mind.
You strike me as a mid-match chatter. You strike
absolutely
me
not. I'm not a chatter with anybody, dude. Like, listen to me. I know that on the show, I'm talented and funny and charming and all that stuff, and people tell me that all the time. But if I'm at a bar, for example, on a business trip, or I'm at a game, or I'm anywhere where I am not hosting said event, I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm not going to strike up a conversation. I'm not going to keep a struck up conversation going past its, usefulness. It's just not. It is not my thing. I don't enjoy it whatsoever.
My other favorite part, and bless this type of person, but the type of person who will show up and then, because youth games, as you get older, this gets figured out, but youth sports, typically there's like rule amendments and rules that make it look different from maybe the older versions of the game, So then you have the grandparent or the cousin or the whoever shows up and they need a rules explainer the whole time, which
Yeah, we have that.
get,
Yeah.
and they want to. It makes them make the game make sense to them. I get. I'm not against them, but when you butt up against that, I don't know. I'm unreasonably frustrated.
I don't mind those. I don't mind the, hey, shouldn't that be our point, or why isn't the game over questions in volleyball. To your point, like it's a grandparent or so. I don't mind answering those. But if you want to sit down and talk about what happened at PTA last week, or you want to talk about what your kid's doing in the off season, I ain't having it.
Molly will come home after these games and I will hear the conversations that she's part of. And I'm just like, what the are you seriously?
Yeah.
Y'all got into that when it was a fucking 2-point game with 30 seconds left on the volleyball clock?
Yeah, because they don't, it doesn't register as a high pressure situation to them. It's just like, whatever. It doesn't matter. I can't imagine watching sports not being tense in those moments, but that's how most of those parents are. They're like, are we going for ice cream after this or what? Like, some of them don't even register loss or win. Like it doesn't make any difference. It's just sort of like the game's over. Okay, well, are we ready to go?
Well, I'll tell you this. I am not at all intense about it. I mean, I wanted to play hard, and I'm happy when they win. They're happy when they win. But we're just paying for extra reps. I don't really get intense, but I'm not trying to be social. I just don't really. We're only talking about what's in front of us, right? We're dissecting the volleyballing. That's all we're doing. And I've gotten guys, Jace, what you were talking about, unless you're hosting a party, you don't really want to, or a gathering, you don't really want to talk to anybody. On Friday night, after I got home from being out of town, it was supposed to be the daddy-daughter dance at the elementary. And this would be, Maya's in 5th grade, so this would be the last one for her. And she'd said a while back she didn't want to go because she's not really super into it. They don't really, in my opinion, they don't really do it up as well as when her older sister was at the other elementary for a year. It really came off like a dance party, and it was little kids, cute, whatever. This
Do they have
one,
zoo
it's
animals?
Like, this one, it's like they're trying to appeal to everybody, and so yeah, this one they'll have like snakes, and half the kids are playing on the playground, and like it's just stupid.
Let me ask you,
Maya thought so
Did
too.
they ever find that snake?
I don't want to derail. I want to get to my point. Then we can dissect this if y'all really think it's that interesting. So she didn't want to go, and I'm like, great. You know what? I'll take you out to wherever restaurant you want to go, whatever weekend night we have time in the next week or two. Let's do it, and we did. But she did want to go to like a little pre-party at a friend's house, which isn't far away, and get the photo ops and everything. And so she did all that. So we went over here, same group of girls as the rec volleyball team, plus some extras that don't do volleyball. 7, 8, 10 girls, whatever. I don't know how many. These dads, with a couple of exceptions, I know all of them really well. I like all of them. They have all been here countless times. I barely talked to any of them. I'm like, I mean, it's like, what's up? Where even is, what part of Italy is that in? Oh, okay. Next topic. Like one of the guys is in our band, literally texts daily. We barely talked. He says, You don't even own a suit, do you? I said, no. He says, that's fantastic. I knew it. That's about the extent of our conversation.
None of y'all want to. Nobody wants to.
If I'm not like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not antisocial. I still rank myself on the extroverted side of the scale, but it's just kind of like, you can come up to me and start a conversation, but I'm kind of over with trying to shake hands and kiss babies to everybody I know every time I walk in the room and get to a place, So
I can relate to that deeply. very deeply and strongly.
It's because you
There's-
know people well enough. You're like, yeah, hey man, good to see you.
Well, I think
Let's get this
also
pizza, take this photo, and move on. You know,
just being aware of your own internal struggle, because it feels like I want to start the conversation with what just like, and that's not a good way to start the conversation. Hey, how are you? But I saw you 36 hours ago for 3 hours in a gym, so dap up, give you a hug, we got something to talk about, great. If not, I don't want to start the
Okay.
conversation with what.
yeah.
We're like 97 minutes into the show. I'm doing good. Just wanted to let everybody know Fire Bears got into the warm grasp of victory again yesterday. It was good to be home. As I mentioned last weekend, we lost our first game in like 30 something attempts at basketball there. So we got in kind of an ugly game. You ever line up from a coach who you're like, dude, that dude is so nice and supportive and like he's real cool and everything. I hate what he's doing with this team. Like he's so cool and cordial. He'll, our kids will make a good play. He'll applaud them. He, as a, what are we, like a third or fourth notion of the show is being fans of basketball, right? Like it's on the tier. Right. It ranks as one of our, what do they talk about? Sometimes they talk about youth sports. Seems like they all like basketball. My guy had his boys out there yesterday in a defensive setup. We put one on this block. We put one on this block. We put one on this elbow. We put one on this elbow. And then we kind of got a guy who's got like a 6-foot assignment laterally. 8-foot assignment laterally.
Like out front?
Kind of
ish.
Kind of more roaming the paint and then maybe the ball handler. So
this is like a not box and one, box and point 0.25.
It's not a real box and one because it was only dictated by the space.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're not roaming enough. And also kids that age, when you try to teach them to play zone, for the first couple years, they tend to just kind of stand in the spot you told them to start in.
Exactly. But what it makes for is really freaking ugly basketball. Because any of my kids who can do anything are going to be met by 4 defenders. Just a cluster. It's not even like the approach of like a 2-3 zone where there is like, in theory, a gap. This is just no. Once you get to the paint, there's 4 people on you, no matter what. There's 4 people in your face. If you don't shoot an 18-foot shot, there's 4 people right there. So it just makes for an ugly, mucked up, frustrating.
Kind of sounds like he's daring you to shoot, and if you don't have the shooters, just a little. Jace, do you smell these sour grapes here?
Sounds like someone's upset they don't have the personnel to handle a defensive matchup.
We won the
game. You thought about getting take Klay Thompson? You thought about that?
We won the game with half of our points from 9-year-olds coming from, like I said, 18-foot shots. It was a rousing, one of the lower scoring affairs we've been a part of. It's not uncommon for us to hold a team to 10. Right? That's not uncommon. We play an aggressive, tough-nosed, man-to-man defense. They scored 9. It is a little uncommon for us to only score 13 points. But that's what it was. A rousing, defensive, 2 yards in a cloud of dust, 13-9 victory yesterday.
He kept it close. What I see, Brad, is I see a coach on the other sideline over there that knows what he has.
Yeah.
And maybe he's seen a little tape, and he's going to throw a wrinkle. Have I ever told y'all about how Hamilton in the early 50s won a state? No, the town I grew up in won a girls basketball state title. I want to say in like 1953-ish.
Okay.
And the coach they had. I knew him as a super old man at our 9-hole golf course, but he was like our men's and women's basketball coach for like the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. Like he was there forever. He was known. This was a million years ago when women played 3-on-3 on one half of the court and 3-on-3 in the other. You had forwards and guards. Your guards played defense on one half of the floor. Your forwards played offense on the other half of the floor. And they would just basically, when they got the ball, when there was a change of possession, they would pass to one another across the half court line because women can't run full court in 19 whatever. And now my mom even played this in middle school, I think, which would put it in like early 70s. So anyway,
Like as a rule, they can't.
yeah, look it up.
I don't
Look it
remember
up.
this.
It's 6 on a side.
Quit
3 on 3 on
contributing
each.
to the show.
Yeah, crazy. So anyway, the coach Ted Jones was known for for his strategy of they just played a stall offense the
Oh,
whole game.
Jesus Christ!
They were known for it. If you go back and look, there's a Hamilton girls state championship from 52, 54, somewhere in there. And I think the final score in the championship game was something like 12-10. And they did that. But that was their brand. They did it every game. They were defensive animals, and they literally just kind of played whatever the equivalent of 4 corners would be if you have only 3 people on offense. Like I don't know, they spread the floor out. Think about it. If there's only 6 people on one side of the court,
Yeah,
you can spread out, and you can just, if you're efficient with your timing, you need a defensive back to get the ball.
you see these clips on social from time to time where they're like, what would you do in this scenario? And it is a team who knows they're going to lose, and they're just grinding out the clock, but like from minute 1 of the game. And so you're left with what do I do? Just foul the shit out of people to get some momentum going here? Or what's the approach? And they'll have these games where people, are in the stands just watching somebody stand and then move a little bit to avoid the delay call or pass the ball. I'm not one for violence in youth sports.
Uh-oh. I don't like the way this is started. Although you are the only one that's had multiple
You're on mute.
run-ins with different people and coaches in youth sports coaching, so I feel
True.
like
Never once violent.
1952 girls basketball champ in that classification, which there were only 2 classifications in this thing I'm looking at right now. The score was 27-19. Hamilton won. For context, all of the others on this page that are within the same years, it's like 50-49, 58-44, 66-60, 46-45, 62-52. So just goes to show you they were scoring half or less compared to everybody else.
I think they should get an asterisk. I think they should have to have like a context explainer there on theirs. I think it's just my least favorite hack of the game where it still happens too. That's what's crazy. You're talking about 1954, 152, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. It's a little surprising to know that they were letting girls do this. They were probably out there in saddle shoes and full length
dresses.
Dresses
No,
with
I found a picture which I've seen a million times in my life.
Hula skirts.
Their uniforms are pretty, I would say, for 1952, pretty cool.
Are they modern looking?
They look like 1952, but
they got them out there.
They're wearing short shorts. They're wearing short shorts and kind of a button-up thing with a little bit of a sleeve.
No shoulder. Oh hell no! There's no shoulder out. Because I
no
was thinking,
shoulder, but lots of leg.
I was thinking you were going to tell me they were like in the O2 Marbury situation with like the shorts down to the top of the shoes.
I'd like to. Can we really quick before you continue shout out Brian's son who returned a kickoff in a JV B team football game. I just wanted to make sure we mentioned that because I know you guys don't care about our listeners, but that is a shout out real quick to Brian's son. So.
You gotta love any kind of kick return for a score. They don't happen often enough.
Yeah.
Oh, and if it's your kid, that's a big deal.
Well, watch the Human Dads podcast live, where if your kid does something in a JV game, Jace will stop down the show. That should be something we talk about at the end to say, hey,
You know what, Brad?
Are you suggesting we have an after action review?
this is going to be good. It's not that I don't mind the sharing. It's that Jace is just like Tourette's sharing youth football experiences. Ryland's over here talking about uniforms from 1952, whenever his aunt was on in the first desegregated Hamilton basketball.
My grandma would have only been 21 when that game was played, so my aunt was nowhere near it. Actually, my aunt would have been 1.
You know what I do? I follow the comments on our show. So
Yeah, that's fine. Just a little format when you go to just start spouting out.
I've been
fun
trying,
facts.
but I couldn't get in because you were too busy breaking down the defense of a 10-year-old basketball game. So I couldn't put in there the comments, Brad.
Let me.
I'm trying to find the 6-on-6. Texas high school girls basketball featured a 6-on-6 half-court format from the inception of the UIL tournament in 1950 until switching to the 5-player full-court game in, would anyone like to guess?
Later than you expect. 1982.
This is going to blow your mind. 1979.
Oh, I was close.
My mom had been out of school for 3 years.
That's what the
She's
year my
only
parents
67.
graduated, I think.
Yeah, she's not even old.
How come Ryland just sent us a picture of the team. How come every guy from the 1950s, their tie's messed up in every picture? Every guy can't fix their tie. Do you think they didn't have that little thing on the back of the
Clip.
tie where you stick the back part, and if
little-
they don't have a clip,
Little sewn thing
little
in
tag, a little tag thing.
there.
Oh
Probably-
yeah,
I
tie
don't know
clip
if
feels
you-
like an 80s
Yeah.
innovation. It could
The
be
one
wrong.
I did know one person on that team. She was I always knew her as an elderly lady, but she worked at the city for most of my childhood. So
Can I
yeah, how
bring
about
us-
that?
Can I bring
These
us
girls
home?
look tall too.
Okay.
They look really tall, don't they, Ryland? Don't you think? They
They're
got
playing
tall
basketball,
face.
bud. They're
Couldn't
playing
tell you because I
basketball.
don't know how tall Ted Jones was.
They got tall face. All of them have tall face.
What does that mean?
Mary
You
Jo,
know-
the one I knew, she was tall.
Yeah, tall face.
Like a horse?
Look it up. No, just like you could tell that the face kind of matches the rest of the elongation of the body. Kind of an elongated face. Ryland knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I've never noticed
I get
this.
it.
I've
I
always
get it.
thought tall women have regular faces.
They don't.
No.
You two are
Stupid.
weird, if you ask me. Can I spin another yarn, or do y'all want to keep talking about long faces on 1952
I would be
teenagers?
more than happy for you to spin a yarn.
You have 8
By all
minutes,
means.
just for the record.
Yeah, this is an 8-minute banger, if you will. Do y'all have anything in your daily life? I texted you on this on one of the outlines here recently, and we never covered it because it's not robust. But do y'all have anything in your lives that's just like a daily? Ah, fuck! I gotta do like for no reason. I'm not saying it rates as the inconvenience that you actually treat it like. You know what I'm saying? But it's like a pain point or like a frustration, and it's dumb because you know it's sitting there waiting for you to do every day. You know it's there, but you still every time it hits you in the face, you're like, ah, shit. Because every day, I don't know. I'm more trying to capture the reason or understand the feeling that hits me the same way every single day. Okay? I have coffee in the morning. It's a treasured part of my day. Typically, I have that coffee with an unbothered, I'm the only one up in the house for, call it 15 to 45 minutes in this coffee window, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I wake up first thing in the morning. I come out into the living room. This time of year, I'll put on my either house shirt or house hoodie. I leave it either on the couch or a side chair or whatever, the way you would a throw blanket, because I know I'm going to be a little chilly in the morning when I wake
A
up.
little chilly.
You know what I mean? A little
Yeah,
chilly.
a little
So I put on
chilly.
the house hoodie.
Yeah.
I go over to the coffee pot. I get a coffee mug out of the cabinet. I pour just a splash of milk in the bottom. Then I pour the coffee on top. Give it the appropriate minute or two. Okay. Because I don't want to burn my tongue, although I leave the setting of the the resting temperature of the coffee pot on the lowest one. So that's typically not a problem. Then you throw the milk in there and you've got a pretty ready to drink coffee. It's still hot, but not hot pocket lip Jace experience,
Okay.
right?
Don't. Yeah.
So I'll have my coffee, give you the whole morning, have my coffee, do my block blast playing, maybe do my Wordle, maybe check the socials real quick. Then I start turning on all the lights. Typically, Sage comes out and has made herself known that she's ready to go and everybody's already behind. And then I'll go wake Shep up, turn the shower on for him, get to the kids' breakfast, lunches, and everything. Shower, get dressed myself, take them to school, move on to work. Nice little morning. Okay. When the kids were younger, I feel like this was a bit more frantic because that coffee window wasn't there. You know, the kids are usually waking you up when they're younger, right? Especially when they're real young, but I digress. So that coffee window wasn't there. Go throughout my day, come home, blah, 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 do whatever we do at night. Finally, about 8:30 or 9 o'clock, it's my turn to wind down. I'll get into the shower, get out of the shower, get dressed, come out to the couch, ready to have some quality time with my lovely wife. Boom. It hits me. I got to go over that fucking coffee pot and clean it out, make the coffee ready for the next morning, get it all taken care of so that I can have my coffee window in the morning, which I love. But I don't bake in time to clean the coffee pot right there in the morning. And I also wouldn't preload coffee a full 22 hours before it's supposed to be made. I save that for the end of the day. But by the end of the day, when I get out of the shower, when I'm nice and relaxed and ready to chill, it's always there fucking waiting for me. That I got to go do this one more thing. And that's the way I always view it. It's like, oh, I got this one fucking last thing before I can go sit down and chill and relax. And I know that sounds insane, but that's the way it is. That's the wheel every day. I get to that point and I'm like, I got to fucking do this thing right now.
I don't do this kind of coffee. I have an espresso, which means I don't have to mess with this. Although I do need it. It has a cleaning cycle every couple months and I'm always behind on it, but whatever. Do you have time in the morning to clean it up, or is it like hot and you need to let it cool off? Like, or do you just need 5 more minutes in the morning to get it cleaned up?
I think what the bigger thing is Molly will have her cup of coffee, call it 2 hours after me. And so I leave.
She's working from home.
She works from home, but also like due to the way her life is set up, she can't just wake up first thing and have coffee. We just work on a different wake up schedule.
Either way, so she's drinking it in the mid morning or early, or
Well, yeah, but it's also just sitting there in the pot until whenever she gets it. Well, after I'm.
So, have you thought about whoever has the last of the coffee does the cleaning? Because you just rattled off 13 things that you're doing in the morning that I don't ever do.
Jace, could you hit the outro?
Hold on.
Just saying,
Molly, Molly,
division of
Molly.
the conversation.
I don't think
Brad,
any of us
Molly.
have ever gone at one of the other wives like this.
Molly, Brad asked us to have this.
you know,
Brad asked us to have this conversation. He asked Ryland to say that.
God.
Molly, he literally in the show notes. I'll send it to you. He said, "Please suggest that she clean it," which I thought was rude, but he did do that.
My mouth is a
You
gape
just
right
told
now.
us you just told us you're giving Shep his assistance. You're getting breakfasts and lunches, and we know you're making like Waffle House breakfasts every morning. We've already been over this. You make more breakfasts in a week than I've made in 13 and a half years of parenthood.
I feel like it's the twice baked potato thing all over again.
So much trouble right now.
I bit off this
I'm just
part
saying,
and I was
hey,
like,
no, all I'm saying is like, listen, it's pretty simple. If you have the last of the coffee, toss it in the sink, do a little boop of your soap, throw some water in there, and just let it be sudsy. Then all you got to do is walk in when you come in, dump it out, wipe it clean, maybe scrub a little bit. I don't know. I just think it's hard to do anything before bed. It's hard. It's hard to start a task before bed. The only thing I'll do before bed is put the rest of the dishes in the dishwasher because my kids use 8,000 forks, spoons, and knives every day. And no matter how many times I try to get the kitchen clean, they come back through and do more. Other than that, it's hard to do stuff at night. I think,
Molly, he said if we don't talk about this, he's going to cancel the show for the rest of the year. That's what he told us. We had to do this.
I was just looking for a little bit of relation from my guys where they were like, you know what? I have this
Problem
same
solver.
thing. I have this same problem with blah, blah, blah. And instead, what I get is something that's going to turn into a freaking Molotov. You guys are the worst.
Brad, Jace. Rylan.
Wives are the best, right, guys? You guys just hold on. Let me read this. Wives are the best, and they work really hard and do a lot of things, and they deserve a some piece too. So yeah,
I'm reminded of the time where Sarah had like a legitimate, serious, real surgery. And Jace, Jace was like, it's been 3 days since this. And he's doing air quotes where people can't see it on the podcast. He's doing air quotes. Where he's like,
do
"She's
not
it's 3
divert.
days since this surgery. And he's
do
doing
not
air quotes.
divert. Listen to him. She could see right through this, right? Just so you know, Molly could see right through what you're doing right now.
And he's complaining that there's like a pile of mail and like the dishes are piling up and he's just having to do it all. Meanwhile, she's recovering from surgery.
She's unplugging the bed power cord and making me disassemble the entire bed to figure out what's wrong.
Brian had a comment in chat, which I think maybe rightfully puts this 100% on
His
Brad.
other
which
kid
is-
have a tackle in a JV game.
No, which is what's to clean. Take out the old coffee, put in the new coffee. He's not wrong.
Bro.
Yeah, why are you deep cleaning your coffee pot after every batch, you weirdo?
Oh, I would clean it, but it's a quick rinse. I mean, like I said, I do
That's what I'm
dishes
saying.
at the end of the night almost every night because of the usage pattern. Like I don't like to go to bed with the kitchen dirty. So,
Yeah.
just
Just rinse it out.
maybe
I'm
you
not
do.
saying I
little
do
drop
a
a
full
little drop of dish
scrub,
soap. No, just a little drop of dish soap, a light scrub. I would use a paper towel instead of a dish towel so that you don't get streaks. Clean paper
Yeah,
towel.
I mean,
And
honestly,
done.
Molly could probably do it in like 10 seconds after her last
Also that.
cup, honestly. Like,
You guys are the worst. I'm never sharing with you guys again. I'm gonna edit this part out.
You don't have time
It's
at
live.
10:30 to clean out the coffee pot because you're oiling your griddle for your short order breakfast that you're going to be making the next morning. You got to wipe
Hey,
down
guys.
the menus.
guys, would you mind putting your order in the night before just so I can get like the prep done early? I mean, it's a bechamel takes a little bit of extra time.
Hold
And
on.
He's grating potatoes and salting them and getting the starch out so that they can make a good hash brown.
I'm warming things up on the stove and in the microwave. That's the most. And maybe sometimes, like I said, I'll mix in the air fryer. But can I explain to you
Okay,
real
well now I
quick?
think you
Guys,
you
the
can outsource
sourdough
that- you can
hasn't
outsource
risen
that to the
yet.
kids. Yeah,
Can I-
you can outsource that to the kids. Maybe not the stove for chef, but you can outsource that to the kids.
Can I tell you how lunch does work though? And most of the time, it's me warming up soup on the stove because it's the best way to do it instead of the microwave or like
100%.
noodles, butter, and some sort of frozen protein. I'll
I use
whip
not only
that
the
together.
stove or the broiler before I use the microwave to heat up leftovers. It's
Yeah.
third of three.
But I'll go into Shep's room. I'll wake him up. We'll have a little funny thing. I'll wake him up and then I'll be like, "Sir, on the menu today at school, they're having something called orange chicken. Is that going to be satisfactory for my little man? Or would you like me to procure some rations from our kitchen?" And then he'll be like, "Can you make ramen? Can you make the pasta? Can you make soup?"
So you really do throw him the option every morning, like as a hey, today it's this. Do you want this or that?
Probably 95% of the mornings, yeah.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
We tell ours, if you find out you're not liking what they have, you're gonna have to prep, figure it out, and prep it. They've never done it because they're too lazy to do it. We did it for them when they were little, but probably that stopped probably in about first or second grade. But they have lately though gotten the little portable thermoses, the thermi, and they've started heating stuff up for themselves in the morning and putting it in the thermos. Like Ramen's a good big player.
Yeah,
Any
that's what
kind of
we do. Yeah.
any kind of leftovers, that they'll do that one.
Hot dogs.
Maya the other day, she actually took a piece of a leftover cheese enchilada and some refried beans, microwaved all of it, and just threw it in the thermos and just made like a Tex-Mex
Hell
mashup
yeah, dude.
as her.
Hell
her-
yeah.
We
Yeah.
do leftover taco bowl in that thermos all the time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
good one.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. Appreciate it. Big shout out to Brian's son, who didn't even get a name. Like,
I think he has more than one son, so.
was JV son. Hopefully he doesn't have a varsity son that he's.
Well, dude, does he have
Looking
one
up
son?
to-
I've met his son.
He had two sons.
Well,
He had two sons. The whole Brett Starr thing. Yeah. For human dads, tell your mom to listen. Brad, Riley, and Jason, bring the bread. Season your bacon. Mix in a tortilla. Go to Arby's. Keep it tight. Spread your neck. Climb the ladder. Put a bow on it. Freeze your hot dog. What else?
in the
Do you
show.
think you covered it?
Jason used to give a health PSA, but I guess we don't do that one anymore. We'll holler at y'all next time.
AIDS is not really even a real thing anymore.
My God.
Africa has entered the chat.